Welcome to SDH's coverage of everything going on in USL League One. We'll take you backward before we go forward and keep you up to date with what's going on. A high-scoring week across the league. We'll get you through the last 7 days and get you ready for the next 7 days when it comes to one of the tightest leagues in this hemisphere across the board. So let's get you over the last week of action, and it starts off with One Knox trying to get caught up with all of those matches, and Hailstorm trying to get caught up with all the matches that they've been missing because of early season weather issues. Hailstorm on the road back on the 11th. Go to One Knox and knock off One Knox SC by the final of 4-2. So Imran Zayed gets a goal from Trevor Ammon in the 8th, goal in the 20th. Then it was Angelo Kelly making it 2-1 in the 34th. Then a back and forth. It was 3-1, then 3-2, and then scoring in the 90th minute to make it 4-2. Rashawn Clark, your center ref, in front of just over 2,200 at Regal Soccer Stadium, and Northern Colorado got the Duke by the final of 4-2. And so that sets up how things were laid out on the weekend. You end up with a very, very busy Saturday, 6 matchups across the board, and it was at Wake Med and at City Stadium, by the way. Forward Madison at North Carolina FC, and Charlotte at Richmond both end up in 2-2 draws, so shared results for all 4 of those squads who played last Saturday. Match of the week is from Statesboro, Georgia at Optum Sports Medicine Field in Tormenta Stadium. South Georgia Tormenta hosting their rivals, the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Here is your highlights, courtesy of our friends at USL League One, ESPN Plus, and YouTube.
Remember, both teams below the playoff line. We are underway for the second bout of 2023 between these two clubs, South Georgia Tormenta and the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Ajay lines up the free kick, and a diving save by Aviles. Barbecue replay. Ajay took it direct, and Aviles read it the entire with Tormenta last year and then a USL League 2 title in 2021. Ajay on the corner. They go low. It's loose in the box, right by the 6. Who's there? Dangler didn't take it, and a score for Tormenta! It comes in the 10th minute. Pinball, who picked it up? Tormenta did, and they get it going in the 10th. Wow! John Nembard in the right place at the right time.
FC scored by number 12, Deshaun.
Off the corner kick from Kingsford Ajay. Nembard with goal number 2 on the, and Amo could not take it in. The Red Wolves have something going here. Omar Gomez, soft touch, it's a run, push off his line, and upended to tie this one up. Is this the equalizer? Oh yeah! Siobhan Marsh, he strikes first for Chattanooga. Goal number 4 on the year for Marsh. And the equalizer comes in minute number 13. TJ Bush just guesses incorrectly. Siobhan Marsh wins a penalty, converts on the penalty kick. Made a slight tweak against Lexington to get more bodies on the back line, and here's a body on the back line. Keziah Sterling, his body somersaults over Aviles. Yellow card on the keeper, Aviles. That's his second, and that means Aviles, he's sent off. Welcome to the show, J.D. Myers. His first professional look against Keziah Sterling, a penalty kick, and Sterling scores. Tormenta 2, Chattanooga 1. Tormenta regains the lead in minute number 43, Keziah Sterling. He scores his 4th goal of the season. You've got a green keeper in J.D. Myers making his professional debut. And Keziah Sterling takes advantage.
Scored by number 9, Keziah Sterling.
Keziah Sterling takes it away early. What does Sterling have to start the second half? Nutmegs his defender, Otieno the cross, who's home, it goes high! Pedro Fonseca wanted that one back. Have another look. Otieno, a perfect cross. Fonseca. The scoring started with Deshaun Nembard in the 10th. And then Keziah Sterling in the 43rd minute. When that's a big-time strike on a turnaround. And Mayo Malongo nearly snuck one by Bush. Came out of nowhere. Malongo turns around, and Bush. Amo finds Akoto. Nifty move in the box. Trying to get a step on Paoli. They send it in. Keziah Sterling, the header, and a diving save. It's J.D. Myers sprawling to his right. Have another look. Climbs the ladder, and J.D. Myers with his first professional save. So you can see the top left-hand corner of your screen that Chattanooga is playing with 10 men. Could be trouble here. Elijah Amo, he's got a chance, and J.D. Myers cheats up. He makes a Herculean save. A big result, a 1-1 draw against Hailstorm last week. Teams that is at the top of the table. Now here's a chance for Marsh. Marsh with the left. Marsh strikes, and he scores. That's the equalizer. Playing down a man, it does not matter. Siobhan Marsh with a brace in minute number 56. Here's another look how it went down. Walefi found Marsh, had plenty of space to operate. He beat Akoto off ball. And that might be exactly what Tormenta needs after Chattanooga scored just a few. Keziah Sterling put it on a platter for Makwele Akale. With the left, he finds Ajay. Ajay cuts to his right, top of the 18. Makwele Akale, he scores! Fresh off the bench. It's his third goal of the season and Tormenta's third. Have another look. Ajay got it all going. Akale left alone, and J.D. Myers couldn't clean up the mess. Makwele Akale making Ian Cameron look pretty smart. Corey finds Beausoir, now Akale on the right flank. Here's Makwele Akale. He wants to put this one away. He is down. Makwele Akale wins a penalty. Akale. He scores! Tormenta is going home with all 3 points tonight. They're up 4-2 in stoppage time. And the first-year pro, J.D. Myers, guessed correctly, couldn't stop him. Who prior to tonight last scored in March. And that'll do it. Tormenta 4 and Chattanooga 2.
Big win for South Georgia Tormenta. We'll get through the standings and let you know where things are when it comes to who's off and who is on and above the playoff line here, at least at this point, at the halfway point of the season. Greenville at Paladin Stadium knocked off one Knox, who had to do the quick turn after playing on Tuesday, not getting a full week to prepare. You figure Wednesday's regen, you figure Thursday is implementation, you figure Friday is travel, and that gets you to Greenville on your Saturday, get you ready for Saturday. So Paladin Stadium, 1-0, Greenville Triumph getting full points. And we'll once again take a peek at the standings in just a little bit. Hailstorm made it back from their match on Tuesday. Got the 2-0 win at Future Legends over Union Omaha. Then at Fresno State Soccer Stadium, Central Valley knocking off Lex SC for the rare win this year for Central Valley. I think it's the first win that they've had since their coaching change. But Central Valley Fuego gets the win 2-1 over Lex SC. So that sets up your standings. And it lays it all out for you. Hailstorm at now 15 matches, so they are now only 2 or 1, depending on who we're talking about, or even 3 in some points. A couple of matches that they still have to make up. We'll let you know how that's laid out here with the upcoming schedule. Hailstorm through 15 matches have 32 points. They are 3 points clear of Forward Madison, who's at 29 through 17 matches, two matches more played than Hailstorm. North Carolina FC, they played 16, they're at 28. Charlotte's played 18, they're at 27. Greenville's unbeaten in 5, they've won 4 in a row, they're at 25 points. They have one more win than Richmond. They have played 2 less matches than Richmond, and they are ahead in goal difference, plus 6-0. That is the 6 that are above the playoff bar. Then once again, Union Omaha, they are the one just below the playoff bar, had a 3-game win streak snapped with the loss last weekend. They're at 22, and they are ahead of One Knox on goal difference. They share the same number of wins, but One Knox has played 2 more matches. They're already at 18 matches this season and 22 points. South Georgia, 16 matches, so they've got matches in hand with the folks that are above them in the standings. They're at 21 points. They've won 2 in a row. Lex SC has now lost 4 in a row. They're at 14 points. Central Valley snapping that long losing streak. It was at least 4. They're at 13 points. One more win than Chattanooga, and they're also ahead in goal difference, minus 13 to minus 17. Chattanooga at the bottom of the table, 4 wins to 3, so Chattanooga with a record of 3-10-4 and a goal difference of minus 17 sets them up in last at 13 points. Getting you up to date with all of the news that's going on. News out of North Carolina FC, they signed 16-year-old youth national team standout Kyram Lumsden to his first professional deal. Current youth national team midfielder, former LAFC Academy talent. He's going to be developing in Cary, North Carolina. Midfielder's first professional contract, as always, is pending league and federation approval. Lumsden's been a member of the LAFC Academy for the last 7 years. Up-and-coming prospect in the U.S., member of the youth national team at the U15, U16 levels, recently earned the right to serve as a captain for his team during their tournament in Italy last year. 4 appearances, a goal, and 2 assists against youth sides from Slovenia, Belgium, Italy, and Portugal. He's begun training with the club, available to make his club debut in the international friendly coming up this Friday against Sunderland at WakeMed. And should he make his professional debut during the League One regular season, he'd become the second youngest player to appear for NCFC behind Nicholas Holiday, who was 15 years, 5 months, and 4 days when he had his debut for North Carolina FC. USL League One Team of the Week for Week 18. Arthur Rogers from Hailstorm is your Player of the Week, presented by our friends at Konami eFootball. 26-year-old Londoner started his 2-match week, becoming just the 5th player in League One history to have 3 assists in a single match in that win in Knoxville, before finishing off the week with the 2-0 win over Union Omaha, as Hailstorm keep their top spot at the top of the league table with fewest matches played, as we talked about. They still have anywhere from 2 to 3 matches for folks in and around them that they have to make up over time. So we'll keep an eye on that. Northern Colorado has 4 players named the Team of the Week. North Carolina, Richmond, South Georgia, Tormenta earning multiple spots on Team of the Week and the bench. 10 clubs represented on the Week 18 list. In net, Mitch North from Central Valley, getting Fuego that much-needed win. 6 saves, 11 recoveries. Simon Fitch from Kickers, Bruno Rendon from Hailstorm, along with Rogers and McQuelly. And that's your defense. That's your back of 3. Midfield, McQuelly Akale, you heard how impactful he was in Tormenta's win over Red Wolves. Angelo Kelly from One Knox, Billy King from Northern Colorado, Neil Vignoles, the former Tormenta product up in Richmond. That's your midfield. Wallace Anderson from North Carolina, Trevor Ammon from Hailstorm, and Siobhan Marsh, who you heard in the highlights as well, for Match of the Week for Red Wolves. That's your starting 11 for Team of the Week for USL League One, brought to us by our friends at Konami eFootball. Your bench, Jared Mazzola from Greenville, Derek Gebhardt, Forward Madison, Deshaun Nemhart from Tormenta, along with Kingsford Ajay from Tormenta, Atez Jew from Lex SC, Garrett McLaughlin, North Carolina FC, and Keziah Sterling from Tormenta. That is your Team of the Week and your bench for Week 18. News out of Richmond, very, very cool. The USL W League is going to welcome Richmond as an expansion side for 2024. That news came out this week from Rob Bucrop under the stewardship of 22 Holdings. It's going to be the same group, obviously, that runs Richmond Kickers. W League Richmond, they're going to try to create a new level of competition for women's soccer in the region. Camp Peary, quoted in the USL on the USL League One release, can't wait to connect with the community in coming months as we refine the team's name, imaging, crest, and much more. W League Richmond launches in 24, and it'll be the first time Richmond has competed in a pre-professional women's league since Kickers Destiny that operated from 05 to 09. Destiny coaches Jesse Myers, Jen Woody. They were able to showcase young talent. Becky Sauerbrunn, you might remember her. Chantel Jones, Kristen Stannard, Becca Wan Taylor, Sinead Fairley, Nikki Krizik-Phillips, and Kylie Davies McCarthy were part of the Kickers Destiny program. So very cool stuff coming out of Richmond when it comes to the future of the game. And speaking of the future of the game and in Richmond, ahead of their match against Charlotte Independence and the international friendly against Comunicaciones, they signed 16-year-old midfielders Landon Johnson and Nicholas Simmons to USL Academy contracts. Both local products experience with Richmond United. Johnson joins after a year with Atlanta United Academy. Simmons joins following his first international appearance with Jamaica in the 2023 U17 CONCACAF Championships. So Miko Elavara, happy to have those two under his belt. Johnson, we mentioned, returning after spending a year with Atlanta United's academy. The 16-year-old's returning to his hometown, and it was something that he really wanted to do. Johnson joins his brother Ty, who signed a USL Academy contract in the 21 season, as the third pair of brothers to play for the Kickers since Evan and Vaughn Fowler in 2013, Derek and Daryl Etienne from 1998 to 2001. So cool stuff across the board for the W League and in signings with Richmond Kickers. Let's get you into the up-to-date schedule and reminder that you can follow along with USL League One on all their social media platforms, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Instagram. And once again, we'll get into Team of the Week and how you can vote for that coming up in just a little bit. Your schedule coming up for this week, it is action on Tuesday night, One Knox hosting Union Omaha. Wednesday in Charlotte Independence hosting Triumph. Saturday the 22nd, 5 matches on the board. 7 o'clock at American Legions, Charlotte hosting Central Valley. 7 o'clock at Toyota Lex SC hosting Union Omaha. 7:30 at Regal, One Knox hosting Chattanooga Red Wolves in the Smoky Mountain Showdown. And it is South Georgia Tormenta hosting Greenville Triumph in the Peach States Derby. That's at 7:30 at Optum Sports Medicine Field in Tormenta Stadium. Hailstorm at home at 9 Eastern at Future Legends hosting the Richmond Kickers. When it comes to Team of the Week, and once again, we mentioned that. You've also got Goal and Save of the Week that are coming up in short order, and what you can do there is vote every single week to uslone.com. Keep an eye on that. You have Goal of the Week that is Monday through Thursday, Save of the Week that is Tuesday through Friday at noon Eastern, and you can vote on that all season long through a website and all of the USL social media platforms. So very, very cool stuff from our friends, as always, at USL and USLLeagueONE.com. If you are in market and can catch a USL League One match, please do. Quality competition in one of the tightest leagues here in this hemisphere, across the board, year in and year out. If you're in market and can attend, follow along on local providers. If you're out of market and want to follow along, you can follow along through local providers and on ESPN Plus, the home of USL League One. Every match from USL League One all season long. So that is your up-to-date news with what's going on in USL League One. For everybody here at SDH, I'm just John. Thanks for hanging out with us. That's your update for what's going on here in USL League One. Enjoy, everybody.
There can be only one